Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. I'm your host, Jerry Richard. And we're back. It's been a minute, but we're back trying to be consistent, all that good stuff. If you're joining for the first time, look, I'm trying to have meaningful conversations that move you forward, some type of way, shape, or form. So today I'm excited. Got a good guest. Look, I'm going to give him an intro because he deserves it. But look, become a brother, good friend, met through social media, but he's a content creator, a husband, a father. You know what I'm saying? Really all the above, jack of all trades, man of God. All the good things. But welcome my brother, Joshua Alexander.
My dog. Man,
we're here.
The thing is, it was crazy. We met on social media, but when we first started talking on social media, you were posting these podcasts.
Correct.
And then they just left. And now I feel honored to be back on this with my boy.
And now we are back and we're getting back rolling.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that because honestly, I think we are very kindred spirits, like the creative process, being 100%. Husbands, being dads, faith, all those good things. And I want this episode in particular, like I said, just kind of whatever God puts in my heart. But this one, if you're a man out there, this is for you.
Let's talk about it.
If you know a man, this is for you.
Yep.
If you want a man,
this is for you. Go ahead and watch it. Yeah, the shorties can watch it too.
But I do feel like I don't think neither one of us are perfect.
Yep.
But I do think we've been raised the right way, and I feel like we've embodied some things that I do think people should learn from or hear from. And I more so just want to express some opinions because I've been seeing a lot of takes. I'm like, you know what? Let me just insert myself into the conversation a little bit, and I think we both got something to offer.
Why not?
So here we are. Look, I want to get into really context of, like I said, where we are now. Like, you're at the crib. I think it's dope whenever you can find good friends, because in life, the older you get, you realize there ain't there's some good people in the world, but there ain't too many.
It's tough out here, dog. It's especially finding like-minded people like yourself.
Correct.
Some sort of in the same season. Don't have to be exactly married or have kids like us or whatever, but just kindred spirits, just the same vibe, and it's not weird. I use that word a lot.
No.
I'm not trying to be weird,
Same. But community's huge. I feel like everybody is always talking about basically I can never find a good community. And I'm with you because I'm not picky, but if the vibe ain't there, I'm at too big of an age. I'm not forcing nothing.
Too big of an age.
If the vibes aren't there, and honestly, sometimes sometimes all right, my wife likes this woman and I don't vibe with the husband, or it's vice versa. Yeah. It's good when you can find a couple that you can do stuff with, and it's not, you don't feel like you got to force conversation. You don't feel like you got to put on this facade. It's like, okay, this is good.
Yeah.
But him and his wife came to South Carolina, where Josh is from, actually.
I'm not from South Carolina.
But they're here visiting us, and we got 5 kids, 3 and under, which is insane. The house has been crazy, but it's been the coolest thing ever.
Truthfully, I ain't never really experienced anything like this with all these kids running around.
Right.
Literally, 2 of them can't move, but they just making their presence known.
Correct.
And the other 3 girls, they just going crazy.
They are going crazy, and they all they could be cousins or related in some form or fashion. But it's been dope. I didn't grow up in a big family, and so to me, it's is this what 5 kids? I can't imagine.
I guess so. I mean, it's 5
that wouldn't be
kids.
that close in age, though.
No.
Yeah. So
wow.
That would be crazy. Okay.
So the rundown: we got a 3-year-old in the house.
3-year-old.
Just turned 2.
Newly 2-year-old.
My daughter, she is 18 months.
Yeah.
And then we got a 6-month-old and a 4-month-old.
4-month-old. So they're and we got another one on the way. No, I'm just that'd be a time to announce. No time. So I do think I want to have 3, maybe 4.
Okay.
You are at 3, so you can't.
Yeah, I'm at 3, and I want to stay at 3. Yeah. My wife, I'm glad she's not in the room because she would be talking about, we gotta see if you want to do 4.
Yeah.
Baby girl, we're good. And if you're watching this, we good. I know you're thinking about it right now because we're talking about babies. You're probably like, oh man.
Yeah.
We're good.
All right, let's get to that. I got a couple of things I just feel like we both, I guess, symbolize, but we both are into it. Obviously, our dads, fatherhood. I don't know about for you, but got a good dad in my life. My dad was one of my best friends growing up, super present.
Yep.
For me and my brother, was really a dad to a lot of other people that I grew up with. So being a dad was never or being a present dad. Because I say this a lot. I think having a baby don't make you a father.
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that I know friends, no shade, maybe shade.
I mean, get your stuff together, dog.
Yeah.
What you talking? No.
Nah, shade.
Yeah.
But, and I've seen some bad examples growing up where the easiest thing you can do in the world is make a baby, Easy. But it's it does take a different level, not perfection, but a mentality, maturity to actually be a father. And it's even if you seemingly doing it right, it ain't no easy way. So really, just what is fatherhood like? What does it mean for you? What it mean to become a father?
For sure. Definitely. I kind of same as you. It was me and my pops and my brother, the only dudes in the house growing up. And my parents, they split when we were younger or whatever. But there was, you know what I'm saying?
Why not?
Yeah, so
I didn't know that.
But
yeah.
He's definitely met my pops before. But no, he gets it. No, I know, I remember. And with that, it would be with my dad during the week this week, my mom's on the weekend, daddy over that. But during that, it created such a just a vulnerable relationship with my pops, just at a super young age, and my brother, who is we're very close in age. And I really saw, I can't really recall those baby years like right now.
Right, for sure.
But what he's taught us growing up or whatever, I'm instilling that in my kids right now. And I feel like there's no age that you can't do that. So I agree with you, dog. Like right now, like we have a 3-year-old, freshly 3-year-old. Bless her heart. She's like right now getting into all of her emotions, getting into just everything. She's talking more, like she comprehends and stuff. And I'm learning. I didn't have girls growing up, so I didn't see my dad be a girl dad, but I'm learning like right now really how to be a girl dad.
No,
like
for sure.
Softening my spirit, softening my heart, my tone, like, little practical things. Like that's a little girl.
You gotta be gentle.
Gotta be gentle and let my wife lead and tell me. Cause like I could easily be like, that's my kid too. Like, what you mean? Like I know I was there. I've been here since day one, just as you, but let my wife tell me like, no, this is, as girls, they need this, they need that. And I'm like, all right, I get it. But I got some other stuff that I feel like we talk about.
We can get into, I think it's multiple things. Like even as we're talking, like I'm unpacking my mind. Really the first one would be, I think I've realized, and I don't think you truly know the weight of it. Like it's always like kind of like, not theoretical, but the weight of the man in the household by like living it myself. I know there's like a bunch of different narratives around like what a household should look like today's age.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But I do see the beauty of like a man and a woman and really my role and I believe like aligned like masculinity, you know what I'm saying? In a relationship as a dad to where like, cause it's not like being mean. I don't feel like, not I'm trying to be no mean dad, but you do feel like the presence of a father of like a little sternness. Cause like when you say, okay, you go to your daddy.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? That should mean something.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
And it's not like and like some of the guys, it's not like I'm like scared. It's like more of like a respect reverence, and fear.
Yep.
And you can see how that's already embedded in kids. Cause like my daughter knows like mama say, go to your daddy.
Go to your pops.
Like that means something.
It does. And I think that starts with, like you just said, with how you kind of just have your relationship with your daughter. Like what are you instilling in her and how are you leading as example, to your kids? And we do the exact same thing. If my wife says, okay, go see your dad, or I'm about to go get your dad. And it's not like in a threatening way.
Right.
It's more so like your dad is going to come in here and co-sign what I'm saying.
Correct.
But we just need to get this process moving a little bit, bit different. And I, as a man, I 100% agree on that. As a man, I feel like that's your right. That is what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be leading the house. If you lead in the house, starting off with God and your wife, and then your kids, your family, or whatever, all of that'll just be in line. You know what I'm saying? It'll just be there. So I agree with you.
I knew, like I said, I met your pops.
Yeah.
Obviously, that wasn't your mom.
No, that's my stepmom, my bonus mom.
Shout out to her. She was cool. Yeah. But how did, because you honestly just thought, because some of this I want to talk to things that, like, I feel like I've been so far removed that I forgot I had to overcome some things. I know people are listening to like when my parents got divorced, and I feel like that really like for a while just until I got in church and got around like good people, I never saw like a healthy marriage.
Wow.
So I never really knew what that like looked like for like a very long time. Like I had two great parents, but them together wasn't the best combination. Mm-hmm. And then which led to me like I was young and God got to hold me at a good time, but I was like out here, you know what I'm saying? Because like I didn't know how like what I really wanted or what the purpose was in relationships with females, what I really wanted out of a family one day until I, like I said, got into the church. But my parents getting divorced, over time, it created like a really strong conviction to where I was like, that would never be me.
Great.
Same. And sometimes you gotta be careful with that because like sometimes you can become what you hate, which is ironic.
Wow.
You know, like but
like focusing so much on the
correct.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That you like just happens.
Inherently become that.
Yeah.
But I do think that like see my parents go through that. It made me like I don't ever want my kids to go through that.
Wow. Great.
And you do get, and it's honestly like maybe it's generational trauma, generational curses. You do feel like the temptation to obviously as you get older, you can see like opportunities like to you know what I'm saying? Where this
real.
You know, you can almost feel like where it went wrong.
For your parents.
Correct.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of crazy how that works.
Yeah.
Because it's like almost like God give you opportunity to either I could go a different way or go down a way.
Choice.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Like, and I do feel as I've gotten older, just through wisdom and guidance and then my own conscience, like trying to make decisions that lead me more towards a different reality than what I grew up in. And especially not having kids, is you just see the beauty of it. It's never been easy, but just having all my parents know their mom and dad weren't perfect, love each other. They were in love, first of all. They were good without us. Like, great. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not PDA, but low key, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. No, like you know that mommy and daddy are best friends.
Correct.
That they rock with each other. Like that, you know what love looks like.
Correct.
And then you know what love looks like between me and you,
correct,
as my daughter or your son, and you. So yeah, no, I agree.
Because I got friends, and obviously I think God can redeem anything.
Yep.
And things, you know, like, but I got friends who got baby mamas and female got baby daddies.
Yeah.
And no matter how you dice it, I don't think was God's design for how it should be. And I think everything can be redeemed to make it better.
Exactly.
But you do see, man, it's like being in your kid's life every day. And obviously sometimes jobs can hinder it. But I mean, like when you're in the household, your kids grow up, it's a special combination that I think should be not silently like celebrated, but should be like more of like a thing we champion on. Because I feel like sometimes, you know, like people only say it when things go wrong, but I feel like more people should applaud the people that are actually building good families, like staying together. Yep. And not just for your kids. I also my parents stayed together for a long time just for the kids. You could feel that, like, you know, like.
Because they still arguing, still fighting, going back and forth, and they still together.
Right.
But it's like, this is not.
And I ain't saying it was the worst thing because we were able, brother, to have some type of cohesion.
To have a family.
But I don't never want that to be our MO as parents, and we staying together for the kids.
I agree. No, same. That is, that's real. That is definitely real. And like I'll backtrack a little bit to you saying like, you could see in certain situations like opportunities that could arise to where you can make that decision.
Correct. Like real life temptation.
100%. I'll be transparent. Like there has been some times in our marriage. We've been married for 5 years. Yeah. Like I said, we got 3 kids. We've known each other for like 7-8 years or whatever. In that time, in that tenor, there's been some times where it's like, all right, look, well, what are we doing here?
Correct.
Something like, which is like rightfully so, like so many things happen, but and so many life changes happen, so many different seasons happen, and we came to like the conclusion on one of these was like, you're not the same person that you were, you know, when we first started, or you're not the same person, like especially with postpartum, all those things. We're evolving. Just like, you know what I'm saying? Like it makes me, I'll speak for myself, but like, it made me like, wow, this isn't what I thought it was gonna be.
Correct.
Which it could be like the enemy telling you, all right then, what you gonna do? You gonna leave?
Correct.
You gonna, you know, go ahead and create a different family. You gonna leave your wife and talk about the stuff, become the thing that you've been telling people not to be.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's like the perfect, I feel like, I don't know if the word is trigger, but like that's the perfect time right there to literally get down and like, you know, realign yourself with Jesus in the center and put in the center.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Because the opportunities be there.
Yeah,
you can't, like, they're there.
Especially like, I mean,
I'm not saying like it's like an easy opportunity.
No,
we're not just throwing the word divorce around or like
no, for sure.
Single mother, like
1,000%.
I'm just saying it's a real thing that happens.
Well, there is obviously a reason that these things happen.
For sure.
You know, because people get tempted and have to make decisions, and you lose sight of vision. You know, so you lose sight of the purpose, and you make decisions that like aren't in line with what you want, and then the consequences are real. Yeah. Or you said something I just had a brain fart. You said something I was going down another little rabbit hole.
I don't even know.
That was a good conversation though. I want to talk about one thing that I think we both understand. I think a lot of dads out there understand this too. How have you balanced like being a dad and
husband life, just work
life? Because I mean, like you said, talk about when you were saying how things, I guess, not what you thought it would be. That's one of the things, like you got the glorious moments of We celebrate my dog's birthday party. Like I'm like, I would do anything
100%
for that smile.
Yep.
But then there are days where I'm like, bro, I didn't change like a bunch of diapers. I'm tired and a little selfishly, you know what I'm saying? I want to break. Like how have you balanced that?
I'm balancing it right now. I was about to say that's something that's happening right now. I'll say this. I really have had to learn. This is 3 kids in though, with just balancing, just being a dad, being a husband, working, like all of that is actually allowing me as a man to give myself grace.
Facts. For sure.
Because I feel like usually it's like, are you the man? Like you, and rightfully so, because I do agree to a certain extent as a man. I've been using this phrase the whole thing. But like as a man, you like, when it's really like a lot of emotions going on in the house and your wife is feeling this and your daughters are feeling this and eventually my son or whatever, as a man, you probably are feeling that stuff too a little bit.
Correct.
But I feel like you got to hold it down a little bit.
For sure.
Just in those times, in those moments, you got to be that guy. Well, wow, damn, I always do this. I go on a little rabbit hole and I forget where we
balance.
Where was balance. Oh yeah, so I had to tell myself I need to give myself some grace. Yeah. And like actually give myself grace. Like especially like when it's like me time or if I have some time alone or whatever. Right. Be like, bro, that was tough.
Yeah.
That was like what the me and somebody be having these moments. If something go crazy with like my toddlers or whatever. Yeah. And like they go to bed and we just like, what was that? Yeah. Like, what did we just experience? For sure. But it's like, this is something, even like talking to y'all, having like friends that have kids and stuff, you're not alone in it. Correct. And you got to learn, like, this is just certain things that's a part of it or whatever. So that's really helped the balance to know that, okay, I give myself grace. I'm not crazy for feeling these thoughts. Because if I really start to think that I'm super crazy, then some mental health gets involved.
No, for sure.
And like it just becomes a whole separate thing.
Correct. It's definitely not alien. You're not alienated as dads, even as moms too. I mean, but for the dads, like because you're right. Dads definitely got to hold the house down
for sure.
And I do think that's part of like how we're wired and built to withstand a little bit more pressure sometimes, and to be that rock for the family. You know,
for the family.
But like that, what you said, give yourself grace, because it's, bro, as a man, you really have to. Because people always ask me, even though like my first kid was like unplanned, but like, how you know when you're ready to be a dad? It's kind of like a twofold question, because I do think there is a certain level of maturity.
Now you know, right? After becoming a dad, like you have an like, yeah.
Like I think there was some prerequisite, even though I wasn't planning to have a kid. I do feel like I had made decisions to like, I feel like I was ready to like take on responsibility. Okay. That's what I'm saying. So I see what you're saying. Because I do think some people, you not ready to be a dad. So
100%.
Move correctly, move wisely, and make decisions in light of that as you get older, because you want to become a person that could hold a family down, to be a good parent, to have something actually to offer your kids in a good situation. Well, on the other side is like, you're never really ready for what is in front of you. You just kind of keep figuring it out. Yep. And there is so much grace in like, bro, I mean, like you said, every days, I'm like, bro, it's unexpected stuff.
That's very true. Because like something that happened today, the next day is like totally different.
And you have your whole day planned out.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. And you like, you know how your daughter is gonna react. Like, you know, like, oh, this is like piece of cake. But then it's always something else.
Correct.
Or could be. So I won't say always. I like the word use always.
It's not always.
Yeah, no. But it's like, dang, like
most likely.
We had that's so real.
Most likely there is something that you had planned to do, and it's never gonna go exactly what you want to.
Nope.
And I'm a big believer really in life is what you make it. And I feel like definitely in parenthood, that has to be the model, or it's never gonna be content, because you really just gotta adapt and adjust. And even then, this one thing I want to talk to you, this made me think, is I thought you've done a good job, and I've been big about this too, or trying to, is keep living your life. Bro. Because you see like not the temptation, maybe temptation, but the pitfall of like not doing things because you're a dad or because you're a family now.
For sure.
But it's really more so like bringing your kids along for the journey. Yeah. You know?
I mean, to be honest, like selfishly, like it's more for, if I'm being real, it's more for me and my wife than it is for the kids.
Facts.
Like I know a lot of people say, oh, your kids need to live life and they need to, you're like, yeah, but like I'm gonna go crazy if you think I gotta if you're gonna let these kids just control my everyday.
Yeah, like some little people that don't know what's going on.
Yeah, no, I can't. I'm now, but the thing is now, because I will say, before having a kid and like Rye, our oldest, I would be like, oh, I feel like she wants to do all this. Like, we gotta like do this. Like, let's be a family or whatever. Right. Then I started to realize, like, no, I need to. This is for me. Yeah. Because if I don't, then I'm gonna go down some type of spiral. But yeah, no, it's no. You tell me what when it comes to y'all.
I think that. I'll ask the question. my brain's scattered. I had my train of thought.
When I tell you I couldn't get back, I was let me
I said parent. What were we talking about for real though?
With Rye.
We're talking about
living our life.
Let me get back to you. I think the best piece of advice I got was one of my mentors, kind of like OGs, was like basically he said, he's like, how do you explain it? He's like, man, take your kids along with you. Don't just go along with your kids.
Great.
And I feel like he told me this when I first had my first kid, and I didn't really understand it until I got a little older.
Yeah.
In like the past couple of years. But it makes a lot of sense because your kids can just, like, if it's up to them, it's the same routine. It's like what's easy, like. We nap at this time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like easier to stay at home. 100%. But that don't make life no more adventurous, you know? And I think for us, because y'all done a good job. We've done things together. We went to Hawaii and met y'all, which is nuts. Yeah. But I think it's been a thing where, if we got opportunity to travel, we're going to figure it out and not be like, oh, man, it's hard to go with a kid. Yeah. Because one thing I've learned, you can do whatever you put your mind to.
100%.
Like a 10-hour flight to Hawaii was the most dreadful thing. But then we made it to Hawaii. I was like, you know what? We did it.
Yeah, that's very true. No, I 100% agree because it's so easy. And you have to take that with a grain of salt too because you could easily just fall into the, all right, we ain't going out to eat.
We ain't going out to eat.
And rightfully so because that junk is like, we eating at the crib, DoorDash, and if we don't feel like cooking.
Special occasions.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely special occasions. But
they be acting up sometimes.
Yeah,
even good kids.
Oh, for sure. It's not, you got to really prepare yourself for that. But like I said, it's so easy. But once you do it and you just keep learning, because that's parenting. Correct. Parenting is adapting and learning and just like figuring it out. Each rep, you learn, all right, we're going to do this next time. Right. All right. Maybe the screen time at the table is fine just a little bit. Maybe you know what I'm saying?
I got more lean. I used to say, I'm never going.
No.
Hey, shout out to Miss Rachel.
Shout out to Miss Rachel.
That's one person, you know what? Sometimes I'd be like, man, that person don't deserve that bread. That person, hey, Miss Rachel, you deserve every single coin that's in your pocket.
I told Savannah.
And also, look, I shout out to some people. Miss Rachel was the first one I found by her, about Miss Monica.
Oh, yeah.
You know, let me say it myself. But shout out, but I'm saying, all the people that be on YouTube doing stuff for the kids and helping parents out.
It's definitely beneficial.
You literally are a built-in babysitter. So shout out to you. You deserve all the creator funds.
For sure. I definitely agree. I told man, I said this as soon as Miss Rachel comes out with tour dates, I'm buying all the VIP. But I'm if she ever goes on tour, as soon as she go on tour, that junk gonna sell out in like seconds.
No, she
but we there. But shout out to all the people who help us when we out about with these kids, because it's not easy and we need help. And that's another thing. Just being vulnerable with accepting help.
Correct. It takes a village.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And we did not, Savannah and I would be the first to tell y'all, especially with our first two, we got this. We're their parents.
Y'all was moving everywhere.
We was gone. We literally moved across the country. We was traveling, and that's the only thing we knew. So rightfully so, it was like, let's just do it. We got it or whatever. Once we moved around family, that just changed. And just having friends who want to help and all that stuff, it changed. I know that's not the case for a lot of people.
Correct. Not everybody has the luxury. But if you can be proactive in that,
yes,
I would tell you, because I be, it's always, man, move away from your hometown, man, get away from your parents.
That was me.
Hey, slow down now.
Come on back now.
Really don't look. Make amends with your family if it makes sense. Now, if it's something crazy, you know what I'm saying. Look, don't let me. I ain't get nobody's family business. Yeah. But if it's mendable, mend things with your family, mend things with your close friends. Get around some community, because it takes a village. And I think that's been one of, how I want to say, it's like one of the proudest things I feel like we've experienced is like seeing our village get activated.
Great.
All right.
Like in action, you can see.
You know what I'm saying? All right, moms, y'all, we can get y'all a nice little break. Now it's time to.
Yeah, I like that.
Come on, grandma, it's time to really. All right, granddad, and then really all the other support, because all our friends, some of y'all been like everybody's now aunt, whatever, uncle, whoever, and all our friends really stepped up to the plate to where they've helped us like not carry the burden but carry the responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Just
and
where
they want to too, and it's
correct.
not like a guilty situation.
Obligated, but you see the fun because sometimes it's also interesting. Like I'll go hold another baby and feel like I'm getting a break from my own kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's so real. No, for sure.
I love my kids.
100%.
But it is like you just need a break sometimes. And just shout out to all the people for real out there. They be helping these parents go on date nights, get a break, just a little get a workout in. Like
honestly,
anything.
Some advice, like none of y'all asked for this advice, but I just thought about it for myself. When looking for friends and like finding your community, because I feel like you can discern when somebody is not even just good with kids, but can like be a helping hand in your friendship. Look for that when you're looking for friends, because sometimes it could be just like selfishly, you just need a good friend for yourself or whatever.
Right.
But when it comes to having a village and you have kids and you have obligations and all those things, there are certain friends who will not do that, because I've had those type of friends. Like they don't.
Right. You shouldn't
care.
Like that was one of our biggest worries or concerns, because we had our kid before
everybody else. Yeah.
But we had a plan was okay. Like all right, we got our friend group. Everybody's getting married. Everybody's getting engaged. Kind of around the same time. Like we kind of planned it, but didn't plan. But everybody, it was kind of like just like nice little. We all in the same walk of life. And then we got pregnant right after we had our wedding, and it was like, dang, like now we're gonna miss out on all the events. We're gonna miss out on all like the trips. We're gonna miss out on everything. And to me, it's been cool because like I feel like our friends haven't let us miss out on anything. Right. If anything, the beauty, like I said, of what's happened is our kids have added so much more life to everybody, which is that makes me feel good.
Yeah, and
it makes me, like I said, you don't feel like a burden. You almost feel like you're just inviting people along for the adventure. You know?
Yeah. I definitely agree with that,
bro. Get into fatherhood, and I feel like everything's so intertwined. We talking about fatherhood, we talking about marriage.
Oh, it's all intertwined.
But let's dive like into marriage. I think, and kind of even get into parenthood before parent. Well, as much as I like love my wife, like romantically, I think it was cool looking back because I did think about having kids when we were because we were in college. I mean, having kids wasn't too far away. I was closer to being a dad. I wasn't being a kid again. I always thought about she would be a good like teammate and partner one day.
Great.
And now seeing that has been amazing.
To see the fruit from like
you know what I'm saying, from that decision and being like, you know what, like foreshadowing. I feel like you could be a good mom. Like you get around people, you get around kids. You got like a nurturing spirit, and that's one thing I say. Like I don't know how you would pinpoint if a woman could be good with kids for the fellas out there, but you just know when somebody got a nurturing spirit when they kind of like just. What's the opposite of being nurturing like?
Yeah.
just not nurturing?
Oh,
like, just not like helpful or not like sweet or not tender.
Yeah.
And it's like, I kind of saw those things in her. I was like, you know, you're going to be a good mom. And it's been ever present, like, or ever true. You know, like she's been a great mom.
I feel like it was like one of those things, because I was saying with my wife, I feel like the way she was making me feel. And I know I ain't a kid. I'm not a toddler. But I was like, bruh, you got me feeling good. You got me feeling a little, you know what I'm saying? Like mom's out here or whatever. Right. Like obviously she's not, but you know what I'm saying? And,
but on the real, I mean, it's kind of like, this is, maybe I'm just too, I think so deep.
Go for it.
But in a way though, you know, people always say, they contextualize it as like sometimes your wife is taking care of the little you, you're taking care of the little her.
Yes.
And you can feel that. And because I mean, there's so many layers to all of us, and deep down, we all like have a childlikeness to us at our core. We take off all the facade, all like whatever, is we all deep down just like we're that same little kid that went through things, that experienced things, hurt, trauma, all the events. And I, like I said, sometimes when I would get triggered or have moments of, you know, where I'm like reverting to like the old me, like how it's like even till to this day. This is not this has like I've graduated from this. Still to this day, like seeing her like care for me and like speak life into me, and kind of like show me grace, show me love, and like I said, that nurturing spirit. Yeah,
it gives you confirmation that all right, I did make the good decision on making this woman my wife and a mother to my kids. Because you honestly, like I was saying earlier, like seasons change, life changes, you change as a person when it comes to marriage or whatever, and having those reminders. It's not really a reminder. It's just like happens nonchalant. But honestly, just recognizing it. Yeah. Recognizing, okay, like she's making me feel this way. I see her. I see the way she hosts. I see the way she is around people and how she talks to people. Okay, that was the reason why that,
Oh, I got some good one to get into.
Talk about it.
I wouldn't even go in here, but I think it's worth. But let's. I ain't gonna forget about it. Okay. Into what you just said though. How'd you know she was the one?
Man, because I feel like
I feel like that's probably one of the number one questions. Yeah. I feel like any man has to, if you desire to get married, have a family, you have to answer. Like, how do you know this person's work is the one? How do you know she's not wasting my time? How you know I'm not wasting my time? Yeah. How do I know this is gonna work out? Like, how'd you know she was the one?
Man, and I'm gonna say this selfishly because this is how I knew my wife was the one. But for me, along with other things, and like obviously, I can give y'all the deep answer. She loves God, she fears God, and that's 100% top number one for me. As a man. But when we were dating and like in the talking scene, being transparent, I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready to settle down. You could obviously tell. I would be, talking to other chicks on the side, or I would be entertaining other females and all these things. And the young me didn't know what that was doing to my girlfriend, my wife at the time. I mean, my girlfriend at the time. It was hurting her. It was, making her resent me, all these things or whatever. And the way that I saw her still, now mind you, it wasn't like she's just going to stick with me through this just because she don't care. Like she's not gonna let me just walk all over or whatever. But after so much stuff that's happened, the way that she responded to knowing that there was a lot of stuff that I hadn't dealt with in high school, in college, all those things, and the way she responded and the way that she loved me for those things and still wanted to pursue a future with me, I said, okay, this right here, this is deeper than you just being like, oh, forget about that. That's your past. Yeah. No, like you really want to know what I've been going through and things like that. And that's not like negating or just like putting what I did to the side. Because with stuff that I did, hurting my girlfriend, my wife, was wrong. And 100%, that's just what it was. But for her to put that aside and keep me in check, that right there really showed me. I was like, okay, she's the one. I'm not feeling this way with anybody else. And this is a feeling of, okay, I'm truly in love with this woman and I want to make her my wife. I want to make her the mother of my kids, all these things. So that's one. But I feel like that was like one of the main things.
Yeah, that's a good, like, I agree. Yeah. It's similar to you. Like, I think I just had this prayer. Hey, y'all use this now for real, because I'm telling you, it might get you through now. To all my young brothers, maybe some old brothers out there still. I don't discriminate. Look, if you single and you start here mingling and let the Lord use you, let this guide you. You know what I'm saying? I used to pray this prayer, no joke. Probably started praying like when I was in high school, first couple years of college. Is because I was like really getting to the point. I grew up super early, and so I had experienced maybe a lot of stuff I shouldn't experience. I grew up early, and I feel like I had already had been in a relationship with so many women in some type of fashion. And I was like, bro, I'm just tired, bro. I ain't seen it all. I feel like I've done it all. I'm like,
what are we doing here?
Whatever. Like the glitz and glamour kind of like, it's just, I want something. I want something real. And I was like growing in my faith to where I knew God was leading me to like, you need to find something. I found a good partner and have like the intentions that when you start talking to date, if you start dating, to just to marry, you know what I'm saying? All these things. And so I had this prayer, man. I was like praying because I started like, you know what I'm saying? Like, one thing I was going to do now, I was going to initiate, we were going to see what's going to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen. But we're going, you know what I'm saying? So I would have my eye on a couple girls. We'll get in the talking stage and I would pray. The prayer was, Lord, make it hot or cold.
Wow.
And I swear to God.
He did it.
Bro, like 4 or 5 times. Like, and honestly, beautiful girls. Yeah. But there was always just something where it was just like, it just wasn't there. I was like, and it would go cold. I'm like, you know what? Hey, let's just chalk it up.
Yeah.
And just keep it pushing.
Yeah.
And I literally, it was smooth like that. The feelings I had would go away. I feel like I almost cleansed. Okay, that wasn't it. Mackenzie, my wife now, was the first one where the feelings, like I prayed that prayer and the feelings kept growing. Wow. I feel like the Lord was like confirming, like the feelings kept growing. Yeah. Like something was there. Something was like it just felt right and aligned. And there's a verse, I said this in my vows, but I forgot where the verse is. It might be in Song of Songs, maybe. But it's basically, it's talking about how a man sees like he says, you're the apple of my eye. Yeah. Might be God talking, but it's like the idea like you stand out amongst the rest. Like you're the apple of my eye. And I feel like that's kind of what you like have to feel for somebody to be the one. Because ultimately, I don't believe that there's like one person for No. Yeah, I don't believe that. No. It's not just one person for every person. I feel like at some point you get to the point where this person has the majority of qualities that I want. Okay. We are aligned.
And you're choosing to.
And I'm choosing to make you the one in light of all these other things. And within that, like I said, it kept growing hotter and hotter. And that's what I based my decision off of. Like,
wow, that's great.
So like I said, if you do like that,
really good advice,
I would find just find somebody who really catches your eye, and catches your heart, like your soul's eye, not just like your eye. Like obviously, that's another thing too, man. People be talking about all that, like, man, just like let it be, let them love God, let it be their character. Hey, look now.
I gotta see you every single day, baby girl. I'm not gonna hold you.
Look. I'm not saying.
Oh, you lost me? Audio wise? Yes, check. 1, 2. Check. Hey.
I didn't lose you. It was my headphones.
Oh, go.
Okay. I'll say that. I can say that.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. I gotta see you every single day.
Baby girl, I gotta see you every single day. There's not a chance. There's me.
Yeah,
I get it. If some dudes are like, whoa, it's the character. All of that is important. But baby girl, and if I'm being honest, how I met my wife, I was working and there was a whole bunch of girls. It was like over 100 girls in a room. They was probably all pretty or whatever. Savannah stood out and I said, golly, she is bad. Didn't care nothing about her doggone character. I didn't know the girl.
Right, exactly.
I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? That was to me.
It gotta be something to get you in the room. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with it too. Like, bro, look, as much as people say that when they start getting like really old and single, like, man, stop worrying about the looks. I'm telling you here right now,
it's all important.
I ain't saying that. Obviously, you get older, you might have to give it and take a little bit. Yeah. But I'm saying, don't find somebody you're attracted to, and also align on all those other things that you know what I'm saying, futures align.
You equally yoked,
yep. All those good things. So that's my advice. Like, pray that prayer for real. I'm telling you.
That's really good advice.
It's gonna get you through. And honestly, you might not like some of the results, but you're gonna like the end result.
That's straight.
Here's what I want to talk about too. All right, because I wasn't going here, but you know what? It's MLK just passed.
We already
here. Well, I'm time stamping this episode, but maybe not time stamping. But because I have some takes that I've been wanting to get off for a while because.
I want to know. We was about to talk about it last night.
Oh, maybe not
that.
Not that take. Not that take. That's just a conspiracy take.
Okay.
This is more so like
I like your take stuff. So
just like just my thoughts, because I think sometimes the perception of things aren't necessarily how I really feel, and I feel like unless I say something about people, won't know how I really feel. So we both have interracial relationships, and there's a lot to unpack here, but I do want to say it because sometimes, like, I get how it could come off to certain type of people who already have like a certain lens of somebody or a group of people, whatever. So first thing I want to unpack is I think it is super lame, weird, corny, cringy, all the above when I think guys like especially black dudes deem like white women superior. That is a narrative out there that I think is crazy. And
corny.
And they'll say like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, there's a bunch to unpack.
Give me an example, because that's nuts.
But I'm saying, like, you see a lot, like some dudes, like brothers out here, like they really be like, you know what? Like I'm gonna choose this race over my own race.
Yeah, okay.
And it's more like it's a word. Like, is fetish the word?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he has a fetish for white women.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like almost like dudes be like, I got a fetish for white women.
Yeah.
Like only. Yeah. And I'm like this.
Or more so the fetish is like, I don't like black women.
Correct. I don't like black women. Like I don't like my own kind.
Yep.
And I feel like that is not why I married my wife. Like I feel like I talked to a bunch of different ethnicities growing up. Like literally.
Bro, I feel you on not wanting to talk about this, but you got to get in front of it.
But I feel like I want to talk about it just because people see me like, and we joke about it, but he a sellout. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And there's another part on the pack. I think it's twofold conversation. Okay. So maybe however this gets clipped, whatever. But it's the first part I do think, like I said, I think that's lame and just weird and just not how I want to push that campaign forward. Just white women aren't superior, even if you are attracted or married to one. Like let your case be a case by case study where you're attracted to your wife. If y'all interracial, great. There is a lot of layers that come with that, but I think it's weird when dudes put like white women on pedestals above other races because that's who you either like or
right. That's your type.
Yeah, even preferential. Like I feel like that's even weird. I feel like just let it be like you attracted to this person. They are white. Let that be that.
Straight like that. Man, I 100% feel you on that because there's been so many instances till this day, still getting in the DM, still getting comments or whatever. Oh, you didn't want to be with a black woman, or why aren't you with that? And then it's always me having to say, like I could always say, because I've said it multiple times on social media. Savannah is the first white woman, and for me, it's the first white woman that I've actually ever dated or whatever. And then, oh, that's not true. You probably think white women look attractive. Like, I'm like, yes, I think everybody.
That's what I'm saying. I think there are beautiful women of every race. I said gender.
Yeah, every race. Hey,
I was doing too much. Cut. No,
every
pause.
Race, every race.
We are.
Yes, straight as
yeah. Come on. Not gender.
Nah.
Ethnicity. Yeah. I was trying to wrap it all. I was trying to give everybody this. Yeah. Cut.
You included them all.
Pause.
Yeah, pause.
Stop.
Here we go. Stop. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Is
I know you're about to lose your train of thought.
All right. Nah, the second part of the conversation is I think that I do believe this. And I think this is I feel like two things can be true. Yeah. I think you could be a normal person and be in a interracial relationship and not have no weird preferential fetishes or whatever. Mm-hmm. Also, I don't think it's the craziest thing to see a healthy black marriage.
Like, why is that such like a whoa?
So I feel like, because people make it sound like you gotta choose one. Like me choosing to have a healthy interracial marriage is me not choosing to have a healthy black marriage.
Wow.
Like I feel like those things don't go together. I think it's just I just want to have a healthy marriage with who I fell in love with.
Period.
But I don't think it's wrong, and more so like especially like for our people to like, I think marriage. And speak from my experience, because I grew up, my parents got divorced. Like a lot of my friends' parents honestly weren't together. Maybe it's where I grew up, but as I got older, I'm like a lot of my friends' parents got divorced and like stayed together for the kids. I do think it is. I love seeing healthy black marriages just because I feel like it paints a really good picture for young black kids.
I agree. Same.
That may not have had the opportunity to see a successful black marriage from their parents.
Yeah, and if we being real, can I?
Yeah.
That right there in itself could deem like a black man or a black girl or whatever, they could see an unhealthy black marriage or whatever, and that could shy them away from wanting to date somebody of their own kind, which is, I 100% don't agree with that at all. Yeah. But like you said, seeing healthy black marriages could do the total opposite.
And just because the narratives around like in society, it's just, and statistically, maybe some of these narratives, there may be agendas that get pushed for bigger reasons than above our pay grade right now, but like notoriously single black dad. I mean, single moms, like not present black fathers. You know, all these things. So when I see a healthy black marriage as a person who's in interracial marriage, it doesn't make me feel inferior or like whatever. I just think I applaud that, champion that. Yep. It's amazing, and I think people make it sound you gotta choose one or the other, or just because I decided to do this in my situation that I'm not for that. Great. I'm for healthy marriages, and I do think because I have a brain that like seeing a healthy black marriage is good. Yeah. For society, good for the culture.
That's why I don't entertain the question of why did you, there's two questions I don't entertain, but I don't know if you got these DMs from, and they probably mean well from dudes, but how'd you find a white wife?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nuts. So
it's like, how'd you find a white wife, and why do you like white women, or why did you marry? Like, that's why I can't entertain those questions because it's
the lens through which they asking the question is weird to me. Like
the filter is weird. My answer wouldn't be able to get there to you.
Yeah, that ain't my campaign
at all.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. And I be wanting to clear it up because I'm like, nah, like this, me choosing to marry my wife, who I love and is beautiful and loves God, and I think is everything that I really want out of a partner. And like on the last part, and she's white, don't have nothing like that. That's why I chose her.
It's like, oh, she's white? Question mark.
Yeah, like, it's like that was like that's just I was attracted to her. It's like I was attracted to other people, and I feel like the lens. Because I be getting that stuff from dudes too. I think if you do out there, I think it's weird, and just you need to reshape that paradigm. So I did want to touch on that just because, like I said, we both, you know what I'm saying?
Makes sense, dog.
And honestly, sometimes, and I say this too, like knowledgeable, however you want to say. I say this from like a experience mindset. I do think interracial relationships get put on a pedestal.
100%. It's a fetish of some people
because it makes babies.
Yes,
and we got some cute mixed kids.
100%.
I'm just having a real conversation because I just think I see these things.
Talk about it.
And these are things I just be wanting to clear up. I'm like, and so, like I said, I know that like people chase after that, seek that. And I ain't say, honestly, these aren't things I had to work through my own mind. Maybe it's, what I'm saying, as I gotten some clarity, I'm like, this is things I like, look, I ain't pushing that agenda. No. And if you are in a interracial relationship, great. Yeah. Period. The end.
None less.
Yeah, last couple things. What were we at time-wise?
45.
Really? We've been rapping.
Yeah.
All right. Last couple pieces. Because I feel like this, like, honestly, I had these bullet points of things I want to talk about, which is like faith, fatherhood, marriage, and then a couple other things. But I feel like the whole conversation's been like, intertwined. As it should be, though. Because this is another thing. I think that life shouldn't be this like compartmentalized thing, you know? Like, that's one thing. That was one of the biggest like revelations I got growing up when somebody was like, they was like, you doing your faith wrong. If you put like, if it's Jesus, like my work life, my social life, my personal life. Yeah. Like it should be like, it should be Jesus underneath everything.
That's great.
You know, that's like, really and that really changed it for me. Cause that's how I used to like really think about my faith was like, I'm gonna take care of my faith over here in my quiet time.
But like actually, a lot in time.
Then that's then I'm gonna make sure I'm make sure I'm good at sports. Yeah. Then I'm gonna make sure like I'm doing my schoolwork. Then I'm gonna make sure me and my girl good. And like if that's the case, you're never gonna feel like no true harmony. Yep. It really should be like Jesus is the foundation to all these other things.
Or him which intertwined with everything.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's cool. The conversation has to flow like that. Because I had like I was on talk about faith, but faith has kind of been embedded. What I really want to get into is, or what you about to say?
I don't even have no clue.
Okay.
But whatever, I'm about to say something else. No, I'm good.
I thought you about to,
No, I had nothing.
I think, so both, and sometimes it's funny, this is me being vulnerable. Even though I've been doing it for like honestly quite a long time now, and I would say I'm pretty good at it, is somewhat like insecurities me even say like I'm a content creator.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? Like viral videos or moments.
What is that, bro? Like same. I'm asking like, why do we do that?
I don't know. Like I think it's just maybe because it's I don't know. Maybe it's an artist perspective. Like I feel like it's. Maybe if you say it, then like the next thing you put out gonna be trash and God ain't gonna bless you. I don't know. That's how I be thinking. If I say I'm like the successful content creator, then like now my views are gonna be. I don't know. You know, that's kind of how my mind goes. But there are a lot of people, especially after the TikTok ban, they saw me or seeing brother our economy, which is a beautiful thing. For sure. How much like technology and social media platforms open the way for so many people to. Which I think is art. People can deem it lower, but I mean, when you get into it, like you don't easily just build a platform. Like no matter even whichever way you get into content creation, you could be doing anything. If you build a platform, you put time, dedication, some type of strategic thought, and put yourself out there for the world to either like or dislike. Yeah. And so I like I said, if anybody's out there that you want to be a content creator, and I think there's principles in this. I think go beyond content creation, but just like really what made you kind of get started? And how has it been? Like, I would deem you as successful. Man. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you've inspired me through the things you've created and the way in which you've like shown your life through your lens. I think it's dope.
Yeah, no, it's that battle when I feel like it could be like in any capacity of like what you do entertainment wise, the workforce, like all that stuff. Like you can have these thoughts, but specifically for us, it's embedded. It's not, I won't say embedded, but it's like a thought always. Like, say, like I say, if I create something, it's like, dang, why can't I just be proud of it? Super proud of it. Like, I am about to post it. Yeah, like, it is my obligation. Like, it is my job or whatever, but why can't I be super proud to be like, okay, I'm a content creator or I do this for a living or whatever. Right. And I say that lightly too, because I do love what we do. We have a dream job. Facts. You know what I'm saying? And, humble, I do feel pretty good at what we do or whatever, but it's always that negative mindset of like when people ask, and that somebody who's probably not in social media, I always ask like what you do or whatever, and I don't think I do it anymore. I probably have done it. I've slipped up and said it, but I always just go to like I just do marketing. Like why do I? Bro, you don't do marketing. It's like you do, but like be proud of what it is, but. I don't know. I'm glad you asked that question because that's like an internal question I ask myself all the time. Like, why can't we be just so confident in doing what we do when it comes to
because obviously we love
creation. 100% we love it.
And it's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think there's some, I think it's like part of it, I think that is still new.
Yeah.
Especially when older people ask me that don't have any recollection.
Not even a clue.
Especially when I got 2 degrees from college.
Oh, wow. Yeah, straight.
Maybe because I was just there for so long. I ain't. but I tell you, I do got that master's degree now. Like, I got that.
Nah.
Yeah, look, we go. People like, I go get a job. But I think it's because like sometimes it's deemed like childish, which I have tried. Yeah. That's like people was like, it's just childish. And you just lucked up and like, nah. Because for one, and this is more so encouragement to anybody out there that's really struck a nice little run on social media. Like that money ain't childish. And I say that in an encouraging way. Like you literally, there's these platforms and are giving you opportunities to be an entrepreneur, to make money from your lifestyle, to make money from your personality, to make money from things you love, your art.
Giving everyone those opportunities. It's not just for a certain, like it's anyone can go get those opportunities.
And it's like, that has changed my life, like to where I can be flexible, have financial freedom,
be with the family,
time free, all the things that like when I was in college, I didn't even think these things were possible. But then just kind of through my things I was passionate about, I was able to build a platform and you get into brand deals, all these things. And I think that's why sometimes when people like that don't traditional have like these corporate jobs, that's what I'm doing. Like I do feel like a little inferior, but then I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like it is like an internal battle. I think beyond now, even deeper, because I'm big on like you are creative, like I think everybody was made with the like kind of like the Bible says we're made in the image of God.
Yep.
And people take that like run like a deeper pit with it, but from like I think a pure standpoint, like that's the truth. Like if my daughter Beckham was made in the image of me, then she's gonna reflect and look like me.
Wow.
And so and people say like when you say I'm a mini God, but in a sense like Beckham was a mini Darian. Like people say that's a mini you. That's little Darian. Yeah. That's a mini whatever. Then will we not be mini gods? Will we not bear like the same way? Like
that's great, dude.
And I feel like from like my purest, most confident in who I am and in the Lord, like then I am a creator.
For sure.
Like my father.
Wow, that's
you know
great.
What I'm saying? Like I was made to create, to produce, to be proud of what I put out, and let the rest be the rest. Because I think one of the things is, that's been my journey with consecration. Honestly, I've been super proud sometimes. Yeah. I go into these deep ruts, and I feel like this could be beyond consecration, where I'll get so in my head about the product that I lose sight of the process, and really, sometimes I forget that like my job ain't even like the result for real. Like God brings the water, God brings the rain. It's my job to show up. And in my purest moments, when actually things are like the most easy, the videos I think are gonna be whatever, I just show up and put before my best effort. Right. And I feel like God has been God and and blessed the things I've put my hands to. Yeah.
Well, all right, guys, that's the end of that. He's that's it. No, I'm like, man, I couldn't agree nothing more because it's like you said, it's something that you're thinking about all the time, but it's a beautiful thing to know that this is what God has entrusted us with too. Yeah. If you think about it from that point of view, facts. Obviously he chose us and he chose us to do these things, and thinking about that, going back to that, it makes it a little easier because it's not easy, but it makes it a little easier to know that, okay, I'm in this situation for a reason. Right. You know what I'm saying? So let me steward it well.
Bro, do you feel like it's like fear of failure that like drives insecurity?
Wow.
Because that's what it is for me most times. Like I feel like even though there's so much evidence that I won't fail, which is
for sure. That's real.
Like humble.
Yeah.
Even starting the brands. Yeah. Because I like even like similar to the pod, like spark of motivation, spark of just like drive. Where I'm gonna go start it, the energy. Then like you get into it, and like it may not be exactly what you thought it was gonna be, and then reality, but everybody that's receiving it don't have no thought that this was unsuccessful. But for me, I'm like battling all these thoughts and like what I want to be and how I'm balancing it. But just like I'm just curious, like what's your?
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah. I do think that because like that's deeper than it actually.
I know.
Saying. That's good because I mean if I'm doing something or creating something, let's be practical. I create something and I'm thinking like, okay, this is not gonna hit, and then I just get into a spiral of like other insecurities start to come up. Correct. That it's like, this doesn't have nothing to do with what's going on, but I don't know. And that's a big coming from me, because I deem myself as a super confident person. You know what I'm saying?
Share that microphone. What is that Beckham?
That is Beckham.
Where?
That's your daughter. I think she's just upstairs.
She got a new mic?
Let's go downstairs.
Okay, she can come downstairs.
I feel like I deem myself as like I like to be a super confident person. So like when it comes to being insecure about things, like it's rare.
Right.
But when it comes to something that you say like I'm super passionate about and I don't want it to fail, or I'm going in kind of scared or timid or whatever, the insecurity creeps in, and I don't know why.
Yeah. Maybe it's, but that's the pitfall. I think, like,
the
temptation to, as a creative, because like you really are battling your flesh when you create stuff. You know?
Bro.
Because I mean, innately, like, you got all thoughts like, it's gonna fail, is it gonna hit, is it not?
Yeah.
And honestly, you just gotta shoot them shots.
Yo, bro, that's being a creative. Because like, literally, sitting in front of a laptop or on your phone, thinking of something, ideas, edits, you're going back and forth with yourself the whole entire time.
Am I doing this for the audience, or am I doing this for myself?
Great. Oh man.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because then it gets, because like, you know what I'm saying? Because then ultimately, the only thing that's gonna sustain is like, you gotta be doing it for yourself.
For sure.
Like, you gotta put out content that you like are proud of and you think is dope.
Yeah.
Because my daughter's made noise.
Yeah.
And how much time? What time are we at? Okay, we can definitely keep this an hour.
Yeah.
I do want to tell a story that I told to a couple of my friends recently, and I feel like it encouraged them, and Loki gonna try to like keep it together, because it really like through being a dad, I feel like God is like, how do I articulate this? I think God reveals Himself through anything and anything in your personal life. Like, God is that good to where He's gonna like make Himself present, make Himself known in your everyday life. Like, in the things that you just are regularly doing, God's gonna manifest Himself into teaching you a lesson. And obviously, I'm a dad, so fatherhood has just been this eye-opening experience where things will happen. I'll say certain things, and obviously, I'm the dad and she's my daughter. Then in this relationship, I'm like the child, he's my father. And there was a instance where we were out eating one day, and we were sitting. My daughter's like not big enough to be sitting in the booth, but there wasn't any children's seats. Yeah. So I was sitting in this booth, but she kept slipping. But I was sitting on the same side as her, and I kept telling her, I was like, I'm not gonna let you fall. Great. And she like kept getting worried. I was like, Beckham, I'm literally not gonna let you fall. Great. And literally, she like said it. She looked at me like, after she like, I had stopped her from falling a couple times. She's like, I'm not gonna let you fall. Bro, and she has been that's one phrase that like she repeats to me like almost like weekly. Like, she'll be like doing something and she'll look at me, she's like, I'm not gonna let you fall. And I feel like God really like has like used that to like encourage me, because in the end, bro, if I'm like an infinite dad, you know what I'm saying? Like, through like my own like insecurities and scarcity, it's like, and I feel confident telling my daughter like, because in what world am I ever gonna let her fall?
Right. Why would you ever?
Because
it's insane. Yeah.
And any inkling like that, I would like, I'm not gonna let her fall.
Yeah.
And God of all like,
out of all the people, He ain't. Why would He ever?
The only way that would happen is if I didn't let Him.
Great.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's been encouraging. So man, that's how we end the episode. I think that like, maybe it's so many layers. Maybe it's like fatherhood, marriage, anything content creation,
sure.
All the things I feel like that we're kindred in. Like I would just tell you it is so true. And like I said, maybe it's generational, maybe it's just like personal temptation. Like we are our own worst enemies.
Man, that's real.
And you are at the same time your best answer for change.
That's true.
You know, like it's like both ends. It's like, true. And so I would just tell you, man, like, I do believe this. And I think this is a word for me for 2025. Is like to live in that, because it has become like a thing you repeatedly say. Like my daughter says, it's like God's gonna let me fall.
Yeah.
And only way I fall is if
you allow him. Yeah. If
you
mess it up.
Yeah. It's but if I just get out the way, like, and trust the things He's put in my heart, because. Like, if you're creative or anybody, man, you got that's something creative. Well, I said it because we're all creative.
We're all creative, no matter what.
I think that gets deemed like arts and crafts and like but we're all creative. Like, and God's giving you thoughts for creative for your family, creative for your job, creative for your church, whatever. Like, it can be creative for your friend group. I mean, God's giving you thoughts and visions and dreams to where, like, only person gonna mess him up is if you let your fears and insecurities take hold of you and you don't go. Yeah. But God ain't gonna let you fall. Nope. Look, if you made it to the end, thank you. Look, we're back though. Look, cause this, and honestly, word to somebody, you ain't gonna get the energy to do it till you start doing it.
That's so true. That's real too.
Get back into the game. 2025 is up. But this has been a great conversation, honestly. Because I've enjoyed everything that's come out of this. But if you tune in, do all the stuff, like, subscribe, comment, reshare, all the stuff that keeps the things going.
Do the thing.
But thank you for tuning in to the episode, Journey Podcast. Hopefully something here you take away keeps you moving forward. I'm your host, Jaden Rencher. This is my boy,
Joshua Alexander. I didn't know you was coming this way.
I know.
Wait, really quick before you end, I just want to encourage you, because you've encouraged me just in your walk of life with being a father, being a husband, and even this right here, D. Like, this is really encouraging, inspiring to see. And I already know you touching the world or whatever, but like, God's gonna reward this. God's gonna bless it. He honors this. Yeah. I always say, like, God honors faith and faith honors God, and you doing it, and God's gonna bless this pod if it's coming back. For real.
No, it's back. It's back. We out. We'll see y'all.
Yes, sir.
I'll see y'all. Peace.